Hello, another day. I am your host, Alistair. Let's talk about 3 important purchases that I've made which allowed me to reclaim a lot of my time back and in turn allow me to create more income for myself. Yes, having a gardener changed my life. Let me give you a little bit of context. So my daughter was born in 2022, and prior to her being born, gardening was an absolutely lovely hobby of mine. I loved it. I have a home orchard. I grow pomegranates, figs, peaches, prunes, apricots, citrus, grapes, blueberries, blackberries, currants. I have a full-blown home orchard, and it's something that I took care of as a hobby. I didn't have the time anymore to dedicate towards my orchard, and it became extremely overgrown. It was a complete disaster, a complete mess. And so I hired a gardener to do this job for me. Now you might ask yourself, how the hell did I make more money? I'll explain. My state passed a foraging law, which allows homeowners to sell the produce that they grow on their land. And having a home orchard, that's absolutely amazing. My orchard produces about 50 pounds of fruits per pairs of trees. And I have a lot of trees. And I produce a lot of fruits. And prior to the law, a lot of it, of course, went to family and friends. But a lot of it, unfortunately, went to the garbage. I just couldn't eat them all, and I couldn't harvest them all. Having a gardener changed the game, at least for me. It allows me to reclaim my time back because I didn't have to worry about the garden anymore. Second, it allows me to really focus on selling the fruits. Because look, I do have to go to the farmer's market and sell it. Or I do have to present myself in front of potential stores, pastry, bakeries, and be like, I have fruits. Do you want some fruits? And try to sell my produce. And third, it's simply more money in my pocket. Now, the law caps the amount of revenue you can have per year to $50,000 per year, which is perfectly fine. $50,000 from just the sun and water and dirt. I'll take it. I'll take it. We're still in the house, I know, but this is another very important one. Prior, of course, to my daughter, me and my spouse just cleaned the house and it was nothing to it. Now, me personally, I don't really require a cleanly home, but I require an ordered or orderly home. Just visually appealing. It's just good for my mental ether and allows me to work. Ever since the kid, it's almost impossible to muster the energy to keep that same level of orderness. Not cleanliness, just orderness. And that became very difficult to be in a right mental state to even work and perform. And so having this cleaning crew come in and pretty much clean the house and make it orderly allowed me to just have a zen moment in my space, in my comfortable space, which is my home, and allowed me to actually be in a better mental state. And of course, gave some of my time back, right? But be more in a mental space to address the problems of the day, aka having a job and making an income, of course. Yes, therapy. As an African immigrant, I come from a world where therapy is very frowned upon. Matter of fact, the mental health crisis is exponentially out of control on the continent of Africa, of course. And that's because of this perception and notion that we don't really need it. It's all God's will. Now, why is that important of a purchase, at least in my situation? Because it allowed me to be able to keep my mental sanity, right? When you have a kid, if you don't know, a part of yourself gets lost. But what I've learned from therapy is that no. Part of yourself should not get lost. Because who I am as a person is still very much relevant. I'm raising another individual, of course, but I need to retain as much as me as possible because that's going to benefit the little one. So I need to be mentally okay at all times. And having someone talk to me and walk me through like, hey, no, you cannot just surrender your being to this little awesomeness. You have to retain a sense of your identity. It's very important. And part of my identity, which of course, this is the therapy. I'm just repeating verbatim what the therapist said. But part of my identity is my ability to work, is my business, is of course my personality, is my ability to wake up in the morning and do the stuff that I used to do, the routine I used to do, whether it's make the coffee, dance in the morning, whatever it may be. That's part of my identity. And so it was very important to have this outside party let me know that it was okay to be selfish. And look, it worked. And again, all of that translates to a better working individual, so I can go out there in the world and create a future for my family. I know it's going to sound very funny that every single example is in relation to my daughter being born, and the truth of the matter is, yes, I think the birth of a child is such a monumental, catastrophic shake into the foundation of who you are as a human being, as a person, because you can't let the little one just starve. You have to take care of it, and you have to take care of it unconditionally. But at the same time, society doesn't quite give a damn about what your situation is. And so how do you function in society while trying to raise the best possible version of your future? That is actually quite difficult. And I'm also one human being, and what people don't realize is that there's many facades to someone. Yes, I'm a businessman. You know what else I am? I'm a gamer. You know what else I am? I'm a gardener. You know what else I am? I love to dance. You know what else I am? I love my family. I love quality time. Like, there's so many facades to me that all of those needs to be entertained to make me as whole. And if I cannot do that, then something will be missing. And it's important, because society again doesn't care, but it's important that you try your best to keep the sanity of who you are, because society won't change, so you need to be prepared to face it. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I know it's very different than what maybe you used to hear on YouTube from financial channels, but listen, you've heard that all before. I'm telling you my truth. What else can I tell you? I cannot tell you anything that I don't know. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. Of course, like, subscribe if you haven't done so. And à la prochaine. Je suis votre host, Alistair.